Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. So, how you all doing? I'm having an okay day. I'm saying okay because I've done something to my back, so I'm just kind of like, not the time for this. I mean, it's never the time because I don't have time for this, but yeah, I don't even know what I did. I'm getting a little perturbed at this point with all of my kooky ailments that I've got going on. So anyways, blah, 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 right? We're going to sew in our signature, our single signature for this journal. And it's here. And as I said, I'm not going to put the lace on here until after I sew in the signature. But these dried nicely, and I've got some seam binding that will go in there. But first, we need to do this. So I thought I would go ahead and turn on the camera. Cool part about a single signature is that you can sew it in, you know, all together. Like you can put the journal into the cover, into the book cradle. Wow, words today are not coming to me very well. So I'm just going to try to kind of, you know, get this as even as I can. And this is a vintage doily, so it may have a few little spots on it, which is pretty normal. And I'm going to go through and take out any of the pieces that are loose like this, because I just want to, you know, make sure they're not going to get in our way at all when we're sewing in the signature, or, you know, they get sewed in the wrong spot there. This doesn't have to be hanging on up here at the moment. Some of the tighter things I will leave in, like that's attached, so that's gonna stay. But just this loose stuff, I just take out. I definitely want her kind of up near the top, so I like her right there. And I've got some bits of paper hanging out. So this is the time to like just go through, make sure everything's good where you want it. Those probably wouldn't matter, but just to take down some bulk for, you know, clipping the pages and all that too. It's just easier if you take some stuff out. Okay. That made her much skinnier, that's for sure. I've got some jumbo binder clips. My daughter needed some of these for school, and of course all we could find was a whole box of them, so I'm like, well, I can use them too. So she took some and I took some. Do this. Make sure it's pretty even. Okay. And figure out where we want it in here. I need to scoot it down just a little bit. It's kind of tricky with the little bits and pieces of that. Okay, I think about there is good. So I'm going to find the center and we're going to clip it. Maybe if I can do these giant clips. This one's going to hit that a little bit. And we're going to take this side and put one here. Okay. So then we take our book cradle, and if you don't have one of these, you can find them in my on my website at www.craftycatusa.com, and all lowercase for Crafty Cat USA. That way it's just a little bit easier. You don't have to worry about which one's capitalized and not, and all that jazz. So I liked just keeping it all lowercase. So that's what we did. I'm just pushing down good in the center here. I just like to make sure I've got everything nice and tight in there, hopefully. Okay. Oh my goodness, sorry if you heard my stomach. It's lunchtime and I'm trying to, you know, get some things done, of course, but my stomach doesn't want to wait for me to get stuff done. And then when I do a single signature, I just try to kind of eyeball where the center is, and this is the handy part about the book cradle, because I can go all the way through, maybe up just a little, the cover and everything, you know, to get there. I should make sure it goes all the way down, and then I usually try to come up almost an inch from the bottom of the pages, not the bottom of the journal itself. Okay, and then the same thing from the top down, roughly an inch. Okay, and then I need my thread, and I had my needle, there it is. And I do the 3 lengths of roughly the journal. Okay. And it doesn't have to be exact. And I like to use this big, long needle to do this, but you can use whatever needle you're comfortable with. And we don't need our book cradle anymore. But you can see, well, it's hard to see because of the fabric, but the holes are right on the spine. So you don't have a hole coming out here or out the back or whatever, which can happen. So I like the book cradle. It really works well. But the only problem is now with the fabric on there, I can't see where my first hole is. And I want to go from the outside because I am going to be covering the, covering that up, like I said. So I'm going to do the ties on the outside. Hopefully that's about it. Right through the center, and then I do this a little bit different than like Gail does. Everybody kind of has their own style. This is the one I've seen the most, but that doesn't mean anything. You know, everybody's got their way to do it. I go to the top and come out through the hole again, and then I go all the way down to the bottom hole and come out. You just do your 3-hole pamphlet stitch the way, you know, you like to do it. Doesn't matter. You don't have to do it like I do it. Could not see that hole there. Come on, you. I always struggle with sewing in signatures. I mean, the single ones, why can't I say that word, are the easiest, obviously, but yeah. So don't feel like if you struggle, just don't worry. And then I go right to the middle again and come out. And then the big thing here is that you want to make sure that one of your strings is on one side of that central line, which I know it's hard to see because of it being the same color, but the central thread is right here, and it goes right there, and you want one string on one side and one on the other to tie it. And then I take my binder clips off because sometimes they affect where the page is, and sometimes I can't get it quite as snug as I like it if the binder clips stay on, because they're like fighting against me is how I kind of think about it. And then I pick it up and I shake it, you know, just a little to try to make sure those strings are nice and tight. And this is upholstery thread, so it's upholstery thread. So it's thicker than regular. This isn't sewing thread, this is upholstery thread. And then I keep picking it up, and I usually do 3 knots. I just like to make sure it's going to stay. And of course it is going to stay once see, now it's nice and taut, like a guitar string or something like that. So you just want to check that, make sure it's nice and taut. Check your pages, make sure they're nice and taut, that there wasn't like some extra loop space or something like that in the thread that would make it not taut. And then you can see these are nice and taut. So once you have that, then you're good. You can snip off your extra. I just leave a little there, and then when I glue the binding on, or the lace on this outside part, that'll just get covered up. See, there's nothing wrong with this. It's nice and straight on all the spots. You don't have to cover it. You can leave it like that. I just prefer them covered, and that's just my own thing. But yeah, so that's how I do it. Everybody does a little bit different, and that's awesome because we're all unique, right? So that goes there. I think there wasn't any other pockets. There's people here and there, and this one goes in the back. And in there. And then our little book here. I'll go ahead and put her kind of near the front. And there was another little journaling card that came with this paper set. And it's the stamp period paper. And then I have this little journaling card. It's going to go right behind those ones. Maybe. And then we have our little tag here. And nothing in there. Did I make that? Oh yeah. So this is a top loading pocket too. So I put an extra piece of paper in there, and it's just pink dyed paper. And then this opens like this, so you can write all in there as well. So that's what that is, because I did not do that one on video. Okay. Oh, that's right. I had that one hanging there. It's like, it needs to have something there. So this one's going over this page. And I'll do a complete flip through so you can see everything. This one has a couple of pieces of ephemera tucked in there. And then this one goes in here. And then we can take our seam binding. I think I'm going to do 2 lengths of it. Just because that's kind of fun. Well, I guess of course it's going to have 2, but I'm going to double it over because there's going to be some in each of these spots here, is what I'm saying. I think I'm just going to kind of do this so that, you know, it hangs on and isn't, you know, sliding out all the time. And then, because I've never used these before, so I don't even know exactly how to do it. Did I put it through? I did go through this way, didn't I? Okay, so then they can just be tied whenever the person wants it tied, whenever it works. Okay, so that's that, and she's pretty chunky. Chunky monkey. We're gonna set her aside, and then we're going to work on some other things that I wanted to do. I want to do a TCTC because I haven't in a while, and that stands for the Colossal Tome of Concepts. And that's just meaning an idea book. No, that challenge was started by Dee Dee Farago on YouTube, and I'll link her channel just to, you know, challenge you to make an idea book so that you have a place to keep all your ideas. I have mine, I don't know if that was hanging there, in just a big binder with the little plastic sleeves is how I keep my ideas. But you can do it in journal fashion or however you would like. Okay, so we're going to start with 2. Well, actually, you only need 1 strip of paper, so I'll start with 1, not to confuse anybody or anything. So this measures 10 3/4 by 2 3/4. So 10 3/4 long by 2 3/4 wide. And then I have one here. It's going to be this little pocket that you put over a page. And then you turn this into a pocket to put stuff in, and then when you take it off the page, you'll have another pocket back here, so you can see it flipped closed, and then you can decorate this part here, or you can even leave it as a writing spot or whatever, put a little tag in there. So we're gonna make one of those as soon as I find my scoreboard here. It's actually put away. Wow. Like, I can't remember where I put the scores on this, so I'll have to check. And I've done these before on I bet it was around Christmas time, I think, when I originally did this, so we're gonna do it again, just so we put it in our idea books and have it. So it's, of course, right in between there. So we're gonna score it at 1, let's just go 1.5. I'll just score it at 1.5. I'm trying to think, because this is gonna be upside down. That'll be right side up though, so okay. 1.5. And then the next score is 3 3/4. 3 3/4. First score 1.5, second score 3 3/4. Third score on the 10.5 inch side is 7 5/8. So 7 5/8. Oh, that is going to be upside down. This is always the tricky part with directional paper. I thought I did it good, but so it's kind of accordion. So that one folds up, this one folds back, and then this one, oh yeah, that works, is going to fold like this. Or, you know, you can turn your paper either direction. So if you have two-sided paper, if you have single-sided paper, you might want to print like coffee dye or something like that on the back. Because see, if I turn this way, yeah, it's upside down. So I want it like this. So I'll have my pocket here, and then I'll have a little secret pocket inside of there. So that is that simple. So what did we say? I should have done this ahead of, like, turn it this way. So we had, this is my brain. You're probably yelling the answer at me, but, oh yeah, 1.5. 1.5. And then 3 3/4. And then 7 5/8. This way. So all my stuff that's directional is inside, and these words are going the right way, so that works. Yep, they're going the right way there too. All right, and this is upside down, but you wouldn't really know it. So this is going to be for the other journal I'm doing, and this one will be for this journal. All right. So I hope that made sense. And then we're just gonna put a thumb notch on those. Let me get my thumb notcher. Sorry, I'm moving everything all around. I think I just wonkied this. Or it was already wonky, one of the two. So yeah, hope you're all doing good, having a good day. I'm just trucking right along. Already, my friend who moved away, she has me place flowers on her husband's grave, you know, different times of the year. So she just contacts me whenever she wants that done. So I went and did that this morning because she's moved away now, so she can't do it. And she, unfortunately, I feel horrible, was hit by a car the other day when she was walking in the morning. She's okay, but she's kind of having a lot of pain, and I feel bad for her. So I don't know. thinking one of these will probably fit in there. These are the ones that came with that. Let's use this one. I mean, they're all the same size. I'm just playing around. You're probably like, Amy, those are all the same size. It's like, yes, I know. So this is the easy part. If you use paper that is colored and everything on both sides, you can just, if you want, ink it up. If you don't want, you don't even have to do that step. And then, you know, add some decorations and tags. That was my book cradle. Oh, and the book cradles I do have in my shop right now are pink, gray, purple, a different purple than mine, but purple, and I have one of the sea blue back in stock. So if you're interested, just head over to craftycatusa.com and select whichever one you like best. Okay. So, and thank you to all the people who have gone and checked out my shop. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't, just go have a look. You don't, I mean, you know, don't feel obligated or anything like that. I'm not saying that, but just check it out because it was kind of cool. My son and I figured out a way to make that happen because I had no clue how to do that with the hard part was the digitals, and I know we talked about that lots of times. Because I wanted to, you know, have my own website for a while, but we couldn't figure out how to do the digitals day and night, you know, because people around the world purchase them, and I can't, you know, be emailing them day and night. So that was the advantage of Etsy. But then we found Shopify, which is who Theron built the website through. And yeah, so now we're all set and can sell digitals day and night. And I'm very happy with how it's worked. And if you do have any trouble with your digitals, let me know, because I did notice I loaded them all myself. And it took a long time, and a few of them, for some reason, I don't know, maybe I forgot, which is very possible, or whatever happened, but some of them didn't go in there, so I just had to re-download the ones that weren't in there. So if you buy one and it says there's nothing there, just contact me, and of course I will fix that. It's just one of those glitches when you're downloading all those files. It gets a little, you think you've done it, but you didn't, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those kind of things. Redundant and takes a while. So anyways, some of them I thought I did and I didn't. I'm trying to figure out what I want to put right here. If anything, it's really just kind of pretty the way it is. And this could be written on. So that's kind of nice. The other thing is anything tiny enough. I had a little bunny. What did I do with the little tiny bunny that I had? Sorry, I had them all here, but I have the bigger bunny. I can put that up. For the next journal, I think I'll do it the same way. I really like those. I wish I had more of them now. I didn't know what to do with those, but then once I did that, I really like the way that came out. So it's like, ooh, I need more of those. Curtain, I think you stitch them onto the curtain, and then, you know, you pull the curtain back and hook it onto a hook. I think that's what those are for. A little pink bunny. There's macaroons. No, that doesn't work. The thing is, what do you do to a pink bunny, right? I thought about wings, but it doesn't work with their ears, because then you end up covering up their ears. So that's not very effective. I don't know, I might revisit that one, because I'm not exactly sure what I want to do on that. I thought I was going to put the bunny there, but I'm not really loving it, so... I wonder if this one would be better. I do kind of like the color of that one. You could do both. Looking at each other. And then you could put a little heart there. It's just the silliness, right? That's kind of what, you know, like the art dolls and all that. It's just something a little whimsical is what I like about this stuff. Something that just puts a smile on your face when you see it, I think, is the point of the art dolls. That's what I like about them. They make me smile. But I do not have one small enough to fit on there, so. And I like this because you can write on it. So I probably won't decorate that a whole lot more. So bunnies it is. They seem like a good thing, right? I'm gonna put them up just a little bit because I think I'm gonna put a little lace right across there. I used to have bunnies and they were so fun. I think I've mentioned this in the past, but if you're new to my channel, we had bunnies, and then they had baby bunnies, and it was really cool because at that time there weren't hardly any houses out here. It was mostly just field, and I could let the rabbits out to kind of hop around in our yard and wherever, and so they would go just right to the field next to our house, and the mama bunny would gather up grasses and all kinds of stuff and bring it back to her hutch and hop in and you know, to make her nest. And that was really cool because my kids were little at that time, so they got to watch that whole process, which was pretty cool. That was fun. Okay, so there's that, and we need to figure out what we're gonna put in these. His little feet aren't sticking. Oh yeah, a little lace, huh? Would be cute. Let me see. I got some new ones, just a couple. But I found this little tiny one at Hobby Lobby, and they're all on sale right now. So if you are looking for trims, they're on sale. I'm enabling, I know. But they are nice trims. And when they're 50% off, I'm pretty sure that's what it was today, 40 or 50, I can't remember, because some stuff was 40, some was 50. But it's a pretty good deal. And then we can put a paper clip on that and figure out what we're going to put in the pockets. I'm trying to decide if these will still fit even. See, that's what I was wondering. Once the, yeah, they're not going to fit now. I'd have to trim them down. I might just trim this one right here, I think, and trim it shorter. I just have my cutter over here. I'll just take this other one and get it lined up. Have the mobile dog groomer outside for the neighbor's dog. If you can hear, I don't know if you can hear that constant like hum. Yeah, those trucks kind of just make a humming noise. I'm cutting off the bottom part. make it a little bit shorter, a little bit more. It'll be all right if it sticks up a little, but I don't want it sticking way out because it'll stick out of the book, because that's going to be at the top of the page. So I'll probably stitch a little fabric at the top, but you can definitely write on the back of that one. Not a long story, but you can write a short one. There you go. Put that one in there, and then maybe I'll use this one in here, and I'll have to cut it down too because it won't fit. All right, let me see. I'm just gonna do a little off each side. And then we'll do this again. Yeah, it's just like a constant humming drone. I don't know if any of you do that. Mobile dog grooming, but I think it's kind of funny. I've never had a dog though, so I have no idea. We just always had cats for whatever reason. Okay, and those fit in there nice. So that one's all ready to go. So see how easy that was if you have some paper that, you know, that works with, or that's got a design on it on both sides. I think I'm just going to use a pink one again. So that'll just go over the top of the page, and then it clips, and then you've got two sides. And you could decorate this side too, but I kind of feel like that's such a nice spot to write. I don't really want to do that, so I think I'm just going to leave it like it is. And then we'll do the other one. Where did I set that? Over out of the way. Okay. Put my lid on my glue. Yeah, I've got myself surrounded by stuff just so that I can reach it easy, because I don't know what I did to my back. Don't you hate it when you hurt your back? It's just the most ridiculous thing. I feel so helpless when I hurt my back for some reason. I don't even know what I did. It's perfectly fine. And then I went to Hobby Lobby, like I said this morning, and was just looking at flowers and stuff to get for the gravesite, and I bent over to get, you know, to pick one up, and it was just a little sore, like, oh, that doesn't feel great, I wonder what I did. And then, like, it's fine if I'm just standing straight, like right now I'm just standing, so it's fine. But if I try to bend over to grab anything, it's, nope. Not gonna happen. This one goes on the inside. Annoying would be the word. Okay. I'll probably put the lady in this bottom pocket, so I'll have to find another one. I know I've got more of them to put in that top part, but what do I want to put here is the question. Maybe I can put a butterfly on this one. This is for the other journal that I'm working on. Kind of a smallish butterfly would be good. Oh, I could use a dragonfly. I could take away that and just put him on the kind of on the leaf. Yeah, maybe I'll just take away this little green stalk here. He doesn't need that, right? If he's got a leaf to sit on instead. Yep, that'll work. This is Tim Holt's Field Notes ephemera little pack that he has out. Okay, so yeah, I keep stepping on the bags that I have sitting at my feet to try to not have everything far away. The rest of my room is good though. I just put everything right under my feet. Okay, so let's glue those closed. You could also do like a hidden paper clip in there, you know, cut the little opening kind of thing there and put it right here or right here to hook onto a page. That would also work. Let's see if I want anything else on this. I know I'm covering up all the neat stuff, but it's so directional that I don't want to have to deal with that. Must not have cut that very straight. Okay, and this would be hard to write on, plus it's upside down. So I think I'm going to take a little piece of different paper and put it over this. I want something older. What is on the inside of this? That'll work. It's nice and yellowed, really yellowed. And we'll tear around it. Just to give us a nice little writing spot. And like I said, you could decorate it or you could have it as a writing spot like I'm doing. I kind of want it more of a messy tear, so I think I'm just gonna I want it about a little bit skinnier right here, I think. Need it a little wider than needed. Yeah, see, that'll look pretty. So let me just ink around that a bit. So yeah, there's lots of things you could do with these. You could do them, you know, as decorated up as you want. If you use decorated paper, you don't have to do as much. Yeah, this other one's a little bit peachier than pink for that other journal. Yeah, that'll look nice. Okay, we're going to trim her a little bit. need to find another one of those. I hope I have another one. If not, I can probably cut one of these into one. I have skinny tall ones. I'm running out of that paper. It's almost all gone. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to cut it out of something else. Since it has to be a little short one, I think I'm gonna use this. I think that will work. It's gonna have to be shorter. Ow. Yeah, that's still way too tall. Ay, ay, ay. I guess I should have checked that first, huh? Okay, I'm just gonna cut it the size that I need. Okay, so you can write on the back of that. Okay, and this is gonna be the sketchy part here, is trying to get the this part to line up right. Okay, hopefully that's right. It's a little squat fat tag. That happens sometimes in those pockets. And this one I kind of need to put something on the front of it because it doesn't really have any kind of focal point. So I'll find something to go on there when I start working more on that journal. Which will be soon because I'm really about done with the other one. So yay, 1 down, 2 to go. Not how it works. Okay, it's always interesting getting something in there the first time. And then what color of paper clip do I want for this one? Maybe I'll do a white one because there's some white spatters on there. All right, so 2 fun little pockets and an idea for your idea book. So however you do your idea book, you can, you know, add one of those little guys to it. And they're just kind of fun. So 10 and, what did I say? 10 and, I'll tell you again just so that you can write it down if you're interested. Just over like 10 and 3, well, no, it's right about 10 and 3/4. And I think I said 2 and 3/4. 10 and 3/4 by 2 and 3/4. First score line at, what do we say, 1.5. second score line at 3 3/4, and the other one was 7 5/8. Okay, so yeah, go ahead and make yourself, those would be a good mass make, because you could just cut strips, or you might even have strips of paper about that size, and if they're a little skinnier or wider, it doesn't matter, it's just going to change the size of this. So you don't have to go with those exact measurements. You can make them, you know, whatever size. The length is a little bit more important, just because obviously you're you want to have all the folds and everything. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope you have an awesome day, and thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I love you guys. Talk later. Bye now.